feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Hey, everybody, good afternoon, and welcome to the Shrimp Tank right here in the Shrimp Tank Studios in beautiful downtown Alpharetta. The Shrimp Tank, we come to you every week with some of the brightest and best CEOs and owners in and around the city of Atlanta, the state of Georgia, and across the United States. What we try to do here every week is give you some great information. Look, if you want to get an MBA in being an entrepreneur, how do you do it? Look, you can go to school and pay $100,000, or what you can do is listen to the Shrimp Tank every week and get a little bit of that street smarts and book smarts, get it all right here on the Shrimp Tank. As always, you can hear a replay of all of our fabulous owners at shrimptankpodcast.com, or you can go on to Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, anywhere on the internet you can hear us. It's exploding, not only entrepreneurship across the country, but things that are happening here in Atlanta today. We bring to you a very, very special episode because we had the junior entrepreneurs on today. Some very special guests. You're going to get here stories of some amazing young entrepreneurs. And it's exciting because we've got people now that they don't have to be a teenager anymore. You don't have to be an adult. You can really be a junior, right, Lee, and start a business all by yourself.
Once you cross the double-digit mark, Ted, once you break into, 10, 11, 12 years old, that's where it really takes off.
Yeah. I think I had a dog walking business when I was 9 years old.
Yeah, that's up in New Jersey, right?
Yeah, 2 dogs.
Shoveling snow as well.
Yeah, snow, rake leaves, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
You know, they don't do that down here at all.
But you'd be in business once a year if you're lucky, every 2 years.
Now, tell us a little bit just so people know about the Break Into Business program before we interview our first 2 guests today, Addy and Sancho. We're going to talk a little bit about their businesses that they created and where they've gone in their journey. But tell us about the Break Into Business program.
We have the founder here, Monica. Monica Lage is in the studio. Monica runs this organization, and it's an organization where you have young entrepreneurs in their teen years that are running businesses, that are presenting their businesses. And Ted, I was fortunate. We represented the Shrimp Tank at the finalist event where we have our 5 finalists today.
You judged?
I was an investor.
Did you feel bad that you made a kid cry? Did you make at least one kid cry and that they weren't a winner?
Well, they were my children before I left for the event, of course. But I made nobody cry in the studio. By design, we put them through the ringer. But I'm telling you, it was wonderful. We had 6 panelists out there and investors, and it was an amazing event to watch. Not only these students present, Ted, but also present in front of a live studio audience of at least 175, 200 and some odd people.
Well, I wanted to do something before we talk to Addy and Sancho today. But you guys can participate in this because I've always watched that show on TV, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
I'm about to find out today.
The questions go up, and I realize I'm not smarter than a 3rd grader, so I don't know how I got this far. But maybe as an entrepreneur, you don't have to worry about it. As long as you run your business, maybe you don't have to be that smart. So here's the question. We'll ask one of these at each one, Lee. I'm wondering if 5th grade doesn't work, we'll go down to 3rd and then progressively work our way down to 1st. But the question on here is the modern-day city of Istanbul was known by what name in the 13th century?
Well, we might drop the mic if they answer this.
Does anybody know that?
Sancho? Addy?
It might be the Ottoman Empire.
The Ottoman Empire?
I have absolutely no idea.
I love Sancho's answer.
Yeah?
I'm blown away. I have no idea.
Okay. Nobody got that one.
What is it?
It's Constantinople. Nobody knows that.
No.
All right. How about we go down to the 4th
Addy's
grade?
mom knew that one, actually.
What ancient civilization built the Machu Picchu complex in Peru? They were called the what?
Is it the Incas?
Yeah, I think it's the
Lee Heisman is
sure.
correct.
Whoa!
It was the Incas.
That's not me, Ted. I'm terrible at
You
this
can
stuff.
still
I
help
can't
up to
believe
4th
that.
grade, apparently.
That's
Once you
about
cross
it.
over to
Absolutely.
the 5th, it's no good. Listen, let me tell you both something. At the end of the day, all this information is important. You need to get a good education. But I've seen entrepreneurs that are out there, some of them that never graduated high school, and some of them have PhDs, right, Lee? It goes all across the spectrum. But
absolutely.
If you can follow your dreams and create these businesses and create something of value for somebody else, you can end up doing pretty well in life. What got you both excited about becoming entrepreneurs?
Just the idea of making my own business, running it, and just the idea.
The idea of running a business.
Well, yeah, and Sancho, if I'm incorrect, you actually saw a problem, and I remember your presentation. I was part of his presentation, Ted. He had me get up there and score a goal.
Yeah.
You did?
I scored a goal.
Well, what was the
really
problem?
good.
What did you
really
solve in
good.
your business here?
So I was actually really hot on an Atlanta summer day evening.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, and it was August. So I was playing soccer for my school. I didn't want to fail them, but I was having a really hard time, play the game I love because it was just blazing out on me. So I tried to figure out a solution.
And so what did you create?
I created heating and cooling insoles, but that didn't really work out because when I stepped on it, it would just bust open. So I went to TemperBands.
They were like gels that you had in your shoes. It was like a packet, and it would make your feet cooler when it was hot outside?
Right.
But then you busted the gel open.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it was the first prototype. It doesn't mean it didn't
Yeah, but
work.
you took that failure and applied it to what? To the headbands.
Yeah. And so I used TemperBands because your head and your feet determine your body temperature. So, like, if your head is cold, then your body's most likely going to be cold, too.
So you turned that into a solution, created a headband, and that works now?
Yes.
Very nice. We got to get a little patent pending on that, or no?
Well, we were talking about that after the show, and Addy, I want you to tell Ted, because I was there. I was fortunate. Tell Ted and our listeners about your business, because I'm looking at a sample here. May I grab the samples?
Yes.
Because we tasted these samples, Ted, at the program that day. May I?
Is this something coming back on me here?
It is. We're gonna share it with me and Ted because it's all organic, right?
Yeah?
Yes.
Absolutely. Pass it over to Ted.
Why did that look like a doggy treat?
It is a doggy treat, but they're organic.
Yeah?
Addy, go ahead. Tell Mr.
So-
Ted
And you're
about
wanting
this,
me to
please.
try the doggy treat?
Ted, I'm gonna pop it in my mouth right now. I've done this up on stage.
So
It's organic.
Yeah, but I know what kind of stuff you'll eat, so I really, that didn't prove anything to me. Just so you know, it didn't prove nothing to me there.
Addy, make him comfortable. Tell us about your
It's
product.
All right, tell
healthy,
me.
all natural, safe for human consumption.
Safe for human consumption, just in case
Dog
I
treats.
need a little Scooby snacks, stuff like that. Are these called Scooby snacks? What are they
Yes,
called?
They are.
Are they Scooby snacks?
They're named after my dog.
Can you do the impression of Scooby snacks, or you can't?
Zoinks.
Ruby snacks. Ruby snacks.
I'll do Shaggy. I'll do
Shaggy.
Shaggy and say Zoinks. I was waiting for you.
Ruby snacks.
No, that's
All right, I'll try
actually-
it.
It's not bad, Ted.
Not bad.
Yes.
So tell the listeners exactly why you created this.
So I created Scooby Snacks because I got a dog treat making kit for Christmas. And so I started making them for my dog, Scooby, who the company is actually named
Your dog
after.
name is Scooby.
My dog's name is Scooby.
All right.
And so then I told one of my friend's moms about it. She had 2 dogs. Mm-hmm. And she's like, okay, well, I'll give you $5 for a small bag. And I'm like, okay. So I realized that people would actually pay me money.
So you made 2 treats for $5.
No. No.
You sold 2 of those. How many of those do you sell?
Or 2
for
bags.
five?
With the 2 bags.
2 bags
Two
for
bags
$5.
for $5.
Nice.
Well, she ran out the numbers, of course, in your presentation as well. So
Yes.
you just started to build your how you monetize off of this. Is that correct?
Yes.
Why did I feel like there was going to be a hint of cinnamon on there? I thought there was, but
Oh, I was like thinking about this. It's a hint of organic nature. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
It probably looks like cinnamon because it's whole wheat flour.
yeah, it did. So that's clever. I like
Very
that.
smart.
So have you thought about packaging now? How you're going to package them?
Well, we always used to buy these dog treats that came in like a Ziploc bag kind, but it didn't say Ziploc. So I wanted to do that, but we couldn't find the bags. So we went with a Ziploc bag.
So now where do you guys take this idea from here? You take this contest, both very clever ideas, really like them. Different areas, different space. What are you thinking about doing with your idea from here?
Well, I started shipping a few days ago, and I'm going to start and come out with a new flavor, which is chicken, and a new type of dog treat, which is meant to freshen dog's breath.
Yeah, not good all the time. So you're going to
I
have
need
like a
that
minty one for mint breath, and then chicken one, will that be like protein for the dog too, or no?
It's
Just
like
the flavor.
one you just ate, but that's beef.
I need the breath one, Ted. I need the breath one. Sancho, take your product that we spoke about, of course. Have you started to market that? I remember you were planning on marketing it to your current team and other people in the league that you played in.
Yeah, so I've been all around my school telling people about TemperBands. They actually like it a lot. So it's just a little idea that's been in my head. I might put it on Amazon or something, or make my own website, an online store website. And I might make more TemperBands or upgrade TemperBands to like having massaging TemperBands. You never know.
I like that. So you're kind of going where the market takes you. But,
Yes.
most of you guys, and I'm not sure, would you consider your parents to be your business partners in this model?
Yes.
So one of the questions we always ask our guests, and I think our other guests in the studio are going to be prepared for this, but if you could change one thing about your business partner, what would it be? We know all the things you probably love about your business partner.
They have to drive you home, so you have to be kind in there.
And they pay the bills, so I got to be careful.
So give me one thing that you
That's
love
good.
about your
Two good
business
things.
partner and one thing that you would love to change about your business partner.
So, my business partner is always there. And, even when I'm not doing something, they're doing something. So that's awesome. I got to think on the part that I don't like.
And you're allowed to plead the fifth, which means I don't have an answer today. I want to avoid that question.
I think I have an answer.
Well, hold on. Let's let Addy tell us the things she loves about her business partner.
The thing I love about my business partner would be she's always on it and Addy, you just sold 3 bags of Scooby snacks. I have your money. Now we need to go and make 3 bags of Scooby snacks.
Wow, I need that kind of
Nice.
business partner. I like that.
Pushing it down the line. You can't just make the sales. You actually have to produce something.
And you
at the
don't
end of it.
rest on your laurels, which is something that we teach. You made a great sale. You want to keep going. Sancho, have you thought of something you'd like to modify about your business partner, or is your business partner pure perfection?
Pure perfection.
Wow. I love that. All right. How about now that you've gone through this, I want to ask both of you this. And you went into break into business, and you made as a finalist here, which is pretty amazing accomplishment.
Right.
You've got a start to this business in here. What's the one piece of advice you would give another young entrepreneur that may be listening to this? I'm 10 years old. I'm really thinking about doing something great, but I'm scared. I'm going to fail. And what advice would you give them to break out?
Well, you always have to remember that business isn't just all about the money. It's also about commitment.
What? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's right. You got to be careful. Look, it isn't all about money. There are a lot of great products that are out there, and if you can change people's lives, it's not all about the money. The money will come when you do something that you enjoy.
Exactly.
So I would have to say you have to take chances and make mistakes, and sometimes for me get messy and batter.
You get messy
Get
and
messy
battered.
and batter.
I like that.
Yeah,
I always ask the hard ones. Said I have another question for you, Sancho. I loved how you, Sancho. I'm sorry. I loved how you talked about that the first product failed, but now you went to the headbands.
Right.
What has been your biggest challenge with the headbands? Has there been any failures that you've had to pivot with?
Well, I need to find a fabric that won't be as flammable as cotton. Now, TemperBands.
You had a situation.
My head's on fire. No, it's no good. No good if that
No,
happens.
it's not flammable, but it can get on fire if you're not careful. And I want to find a fabric that anybody can use. So even if you're a 3-year-old and you don't even know how to use a microwave, you can still use the TemperBand and you'll be safe.
So could you put it in the microwave if it's cold out, and that'll heat you up a little bit?
Yes.
How about you, Addy? Have you made any treats? Have you run through maybe where your dogs or the animals you've given them to didn't like the treats and didn't eat them? Have you modified the recipe?
Maggie.
There is a new one coming out, Ted. Scooby's coming out
Is
again.
there?
They're relaunching Scooby right now, so there's a new one coming out.
I can't really say that I have.
What would you do if you found dogs not or animals not liking your treat? Would you modify the recipe or stay with the same one?
I'd stay with the same one until I see more dogs disliking than actually
that's
liking.
very good.
Then I would start to change it up.
You should be very thankful because usually Ted, the entire show, would only ask you questions in the Scooby voice. You're aware of that, right?
I would do that.
It's being
But,
very nice today.
We've got a
Would
big
only be
audience today,
Scooby
so
voice.
I won't embarrass anybody except myself.
Absolutely.
Of course. Which really is the goal of the show most of the time.
Very true.
So you guys now, I guess a question in here is, obviously your parents have been partners in this, but if you had to start another business, would you actually take on a partner if it wasn't your parent?
Yes,
You would?
definitely. Because
Sancho, why do you think that? Why take on a partner?
I can't do everything by myself. Like, you'll always need help, and you shouldn't run away from help. So, like, you should find someone you really trust who can help you even when you don't know how to help yourself.
This is sage advice from a youngster here.
You shouldn't run away from help. I love that. That's so true.
Don't run away from help. What are you thinking?
Definitely yes. It really helps me when I have a business partner to stay on track and start making more, and they can teach me a lot of things.
Yeah, sometimes you need an accountability partner, right? Someone to keep you on track or maybe share ideas with, right?
Yes.
Well, I have to tell you, you all did a great job. Love the 2 products. Congratulations on being a finalist into the Break Into Business finalists. It's really an accomplishment. At your age, especially at any age, you'd be proud of it. But at your age, keep on being an entrepreneur. So congratulations on all your success. We're going to take a quick break from our sponsors, J. Smith Lanier. When we come back, we're going to have Aarush and Riley on. Going to come on and talk about their journey through Break Into Business when we return to the Shrimp Tank.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Hey, everybody. Thanks to J. Smith Lanier. Appreciate them being a sponsor right here on the Shrimp Tank, where we come to you every week bringing you some of the brightest and best CEOs and owners in and around the city of Atlanta, the state of Georgia, and across the United States. Lee and I, my co-host Lee Heisman, myself, Ted Jenkin, we have interviewed some 220 entrepreneurs here in Atlanta. The Shrimp Tank has interviewed some 1,000 entrepreneurs across cities anywhere from Los Angeles to Seattle, Houston, Little Rock, Arkansas, Boca Raton, Charleston, Harrisburg, and many other cities across the United States. In fact, so much so that iHeartRadio came to us for a partnership, brought our podcast on iHeartRadio, and of course, you want to listen to something good in the car. You want to get information to help you be a better entrepreneur. You don't have to listen to the radio. You're not going to learn that on terrestrial radio. Just go to Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, anywhere on the internet you can download us. This is great information. And Lee, since we're coming back into the break-in here, and we've got a new guest, Riley and Aarush, thought we'd return here, and we'll move down to the 3rd grade. Yeah, the 3rd grade. Because you and I are from New Jersey, and what does that say about us if we can't pass a 3rd grade test?
It's very true.
It speaks for the New Jersey public high school system, public grade school system. So, the first fireworks were invented in the 7th century. In what country?
Was it China?
That's a winner.
Hold on one second. Aarush.
China, that was good. Aarush. I wouldn't have gotten that in about 10 guesses.
Ted, take a moment here. Aarush, I don't know if I was more impressed with your answer or the speed of your answer.
I was pretty good.
You didn't even finish your question, and Aarush was leaning in to say China.
Alex, please form that in a question.
Exactly.
I was going to say Tuscaloosa or something like that, Lee. So, you know.
I never even knew that. Like, I never learned that.
See what you learned right here on the Shrimp Tank? We make you smarter with these kind of questions.
Well, I want to know, Aarush, where did you learn that, may I ask?
So, like, for one of my birthdays, I got an encyclopedia. Maybe it was my brother's encyclopedia. I don't know. I was bored, and I just read it, and it said fireworks.
Wait a minute. You read the whole encyclopedia?
I was bored. I just read it.
I got a Britannica encyclopedia when I was a kid. The only thing I did, Aarush, is there was like 3 color pages in the encyclopedia. It was a picture of the human body. That's all I looked at in the encyclopedia. Nothing else.
So you're bored, you read it, you remembered that and retained it. That's impressive.
Yeah. And
terrifying and intimidating
at the same time.
Feeling very inadequate.
I realized I better make as much money as I can in my business, or Aarush is going to put me out of business here.
That's very true.
Something like that.
Let's try another one.
You want one more?
I'm dying to see if Aarush.
You want me to go 5th grade, or you want me to go lower?
Lower. Let's try lower.
yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah, all right. We'll do this one. Italy, Japan, and Germany's alliance was called what during World War II?
The Axis powers.
No, it's Central?
I'm not even asking Lee. He didn't pass second grade.
I don't know anything like that.
I think
I would get none of these. What is this really say?
Riley's onto something.
I think it's a Central Power Signal. It's like
It was actually called the Axis of Evil.
Aarush, Axis. Crazy Riley.
$1 million. The Axis of Evil.
Well done. Well, I get to give a standing ovation to that. That's amazing. So, Ted, you, again, missed the great opportunity of watching these two present. And we'll start with you, Riley, and talk about, and you even referenced Beyonce at one point wanting to be the queen. Give a little history of that and how you came up with your product.
Well, I came up with my product when, I love fashion and everything, so I I love headbands because I do sports, so of course I need headbands.
Yeah.
But every headband I tried, they were either too bland or they didn't fit right. Like, there's a million things wrong with them. And the biggest one was that they weren't stylish. So my business is my business is Queenlectics. My business offers hand-sewn, stylish performance headbands for girls my age, like teens and tweens.
Performance headbands. What makes a performance headband?
Performance, well, yeah, like
How stylish they are?
Well, staying on your head while you're exercising, because what you did, she got all three female investors to get out and do a little aerobicizing while putting the headband on. They did.
It was like a dancer size class where they had the headbands on, or
yeah, like a little workout.
So you'll make them custom for each person that orders them.
Well, that's one of the things investors told me about, but really it's just my headbands come in two sizes, like a bigger size, like is probably like a small and a medium.
Yeah, regular head and bloated head. Two of those, right?
I always had to get a special head when I played baseball. I only had one helmet that would fit my head, so I would be in the oversized head. No, they would not.
All right.
Very true.
So what's wrong with that guy's head?
It's what I would hear my whole
Now, how much did you sell these for? What do they sell for?
Each cost $12.
$12 you sell it for, and how much did it cost you to make it?
It cost me probably because I go like to like the fabric store and I get the fabric and yeah, I just get the fabric. Yeah, I get the fabric.
So it's really just your time into it and the materials?
Yeah.
It's only a few dollars to make it and $12. I like that. Big margins.
But also, did you also talk about taking additional classes and courses to even become a better stitcher? She was talking about investing in herself, Ted. Is that right?
Yes, I took sewing classes to learn how to make the headbands.
Yeah.
So like I could go home and like do them all by myself.
That's pretty amazing.
Very impressive. Well, I'll tell you, Ted, what's also impressive is Aarush, and I will tell you, one of the investors had the same mentality I did. Rashad Ritchie, immediately in the middle of your presentation, I think he said, you need to go patent this. Describe what you have and pull it out, if you don't mind, for our YouTube viewers as well as Ted, to show exactly what you created.
Is this a joy buzzer? No.
No, it's just this. It basically forces your fingers to stay curved while you're playing the piano, which is very important because when you start playing the piano, basically everyone plays with their fingers flat like this for the viewers, but you're supposed to keep it like this because you're able to move your hands like better, I guess.
You know, and Mr. Ritchie, when we were there, immediately saw what I saw, which was, I don't play piano. I've tried, but most people have that problem, Ted. And this is an amazing tool that he created called the piano curver, correct? That helps you play much better.
So your hands go in it, that stretches out, and essentially when your hands are on the piano, it gives you the right form that your fingers should have when you're playing the piano.
Yes.
Wow.
So, Riley, go back to the...
but if you have no musical talent, it will not improve your musical talent at all, correct?
Well, it all depends on how dedicated.
Lee and I, let me tell you what's in our repertoire. Chopsticks, kinda. And what else did they teach you? When the Saints Come Marching In, that was an easy one they taught you. That was early piano. Saints Come Marching In, right? Yeah, that's about it. There was not
Aarush,
much
if we can't play piano, that's not going to make us play. But if I'm playing, it can only get you better. But go back, Riley, to the event itself. What did you gain the most from presenting in that large audience?
What I gained most probably my confidence in presenting more, because even though I love being on stage, it was still kind of scary because it's I'm a kid, I'm on stage, it's pretty nerve-wracking, but I think that just boosted my confidence because I know I have to do a bunch of other things, and also the tips they gave me, one of the investors, I don't know which one.
Probably me, if it was a good one.
I think one of the female investors,
she corrected me there. No,
yeah, it wasn't
it was a female investor, not you.
Not you.
Said maybe I could customize, put people's names on it, a custom order, and also put my logo on. So.
Branding, exactly, and that was an area she was missing, was branding specifically so people knew her product.
Right.
And by the way, you did an amazing job. I know it's cute when people say, Ted, I was really nervous, but we as an audience or even investors could not tell. But what about you, Aarush? What was the biggest thing you walked away with?
The biggest thing I walked away with was the painting session from Mr. Ricky Rashad. That was really helpful, and we're getting that planned right now.
They're doing a patent right now, Ted.
You actually filed for a patent right now.
We're in the process of doing it.
That's fantastic.
It's amazing.
And how important do you think it is for young entrepreneurs and young people as a whole to goal set and be able to set goals?
I think it's really important so that you can, like, after one goal, you can set another goal and, like, keep on going higher and higher in your business.
That's exciting. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There are a lot of entrepreneurs we meet. Lee and I ask them every week, do you have a business plan or do you have goals? And there are a lot of entrepreneurs that, have dreams, but dreams are one thing until they get on paper and then they become goals. So that's great.
Riley, what do you say?
Wait, what's the question?
How important is it to set goals? Do you set goals now that you started this product?
By the way, Riley's right. When he talks, I don't even listen anyway myself.
Yeah.
So there's
why
nothing
would you?
wrong
Why
with
would you?
missing.
There's
I don't,
nothing but
so I
dribble coming out of this
completely
mouth
agree with it.
anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, I can't. Can you repeat the question?
Yes, I can. So now that you've got your product and you actually have sold a couple of them, is it important for you to set goals at this point?
Definitely important to set goals because that can lead me to the future. Because if I don't have goals, like, where am I going to?
That's right. That's a great thought in there. You don't know where you're going until you set a goal because that's your at least your original destination.
What we teach at the Entrepreneurship Center at KSU is without goals, there's a substantial amount of research that shows you will actually not succeed without a set of goals. Your daily goals, and it really should finite down, not just here's my monthly or my yearly goals, but what's my goal for tomorrow? What are my plans for tomorrow? And unless you document that and you have that plan set, you will not succeed long term.
I wanted to ask you because, it's such the generation that you're all growing up on. I don't know what is your favorite social media platform? Then I'll ask my question.
I think the only one I usually go on is YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah, all I go on is, like, YouTube, basically.
Really? No TikTok?
I don't do that.
I used to have TikTok. But
No Snapchat?
No.
I used to have Snapchat.
All gone. The youngins have gone to YouTube now. Who knew?
Interesting. I was
Who knew this
reversed back.
But I guess I'm wondering, as you think about it as an entrepreneur, how important is social media for your products, or as you think about launching your product, and what platforms do you think you might use to show your products?
It is very important. Actually, I do have an Instagram, but my mom's controlling that, so.
What?
Yeah.
You think if Beyonce wore the headband once on her Instagram, it'd be lights out, right? It'd be over. I'm saying you'd sell millions of them, right? Because now, or get on Meghan Markle's or one of those right now. It'd be a lot of them.
Well, low-hanging fruit, and they heard this before, but I always love to hear your business partners or your parents.
Yeah.
So give me the best part about your business partners.
The best part about my parents are that they, like, are always reminding me to do what I forgot to do and, like, always pushing me forward.
By the way, we have teenagers, and Ted's a little bit older. That happens even through the teenage years, so not even in the early
It's the other way
stages.
around, actually. My kids now reminding me of what I'm supposed to do for them, so that's it's the other way around at this juncture.
Riley, what's the best thing of your business partners?
Well, yeah, my parents, the best thing about them is they give me a lot of new ideas. Of course, they tell me what I've forgotten and everything. They're just really, and also very supportive.
I'm still going to push. I want to see if someone tells me, what would you change about your business partner? Aarush? Aarush is ready to answer before I finish that again.
I feel it in there, Aarush. It's okay.
You're in a safe space.
It's a safe place right now.
They're on the other side of that wall.
When the headphones are on, they cannot hear. No, that's not true.
Yeah, so basically the only thing I would change about them is to, like, give me a little bit of time to do everything before moving on to the next thing.
Okay, fair. That's very, very fair.
Something I'll change for my parents. I'm sorry, Mother, but sometimes she thinks like it's her business, and she tries to control every little thing. And I'm like, well, I think that she's like, no, we have to do this, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess.
There's a little break into business smackdown there, Lee.
I like that.
What
sinks, Ted? What sinks? You said what?
What do you mean? What sinks?
Partnerships.
Oh yeah,
What's your term?
yeah. I'd say the only thing that sinks are partnerships. Yeah, it's the only ships that sink. Partnerships, not battleships.
I get it.
Yeah. You guys get that right? That's what you got to tell you. It's your business, and 100% in here. If you're successful at your business, how will you know at a point when you are successful? If this ends up doing really well for you, what does success mean to you if you do well as an entrepreneur?
What success means to me, really, like achieving that big goal, like Beyonce wearing my headband, or
that'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Or selling a lot and making lots of profit.
Yeah, very cool.
For me, success would be like meeting my, I guess, yearly or maybe even daily goals. Just like every little goal leads to more success.
Every goalie's I like that. One
like
step
that,
at a
Ted.
time.
Hey, Ted, when I get up each day at my age, that's a success for me. So when we get a little bit older, every day, once you get near the age of 48 to 50, every day getting up and having a good mentality.
You upright is a success.
That's a success.
That's true. The lower back pain doesn't get any better.
So real quick, guys, tell me exactly, how do you juggle all of your activities, your school, plus running a business? How do you prioritize?
It's really hard because I have a lot of stuff. I have after school stuff and dance and everything. It's really hard, but sometimes on the weekends, of course, since there's nothing on the weekends really, and just even if there's a little bit of space, I'll try to maybe cut fabric or try and sew just a little bit, because that'll make my business go up. This is gonna help.
Absolutely, find a way to touch your business every day in some small capacity.
Yeah.
Most of the time I just do it on the weekends because I have a lot of stuff every day. But if I need to, I can always make time on Friday or some other day.
Have you noticed that since you did this competition and now you're a full-fledged entrepreneur, that you're hanging out with more people that think like entrepreneurs, like more people that are younger that have started businesses? Or you still hang around with the same friends?
I'm still hanging out.
Well, you got to ditch those. You have to. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to ditch them, but it is interesting because don't you think and talk more about entrepreneurship now and business now?
Definitely.
I feel a little more interested in the finance part now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
Well, don't become Lee and I. We have no friends. So.
Except each other. Exactly. And as you grow your business, and we talked about that before, and on the last segment, they talked about surrounding themselves with people that are inspiring them. Who do you surround yourself that inspires your business mindset? Who do you read or watch on YouTube? Who are some of your influencers?
My main influencer is my brother over there. He's always doing something.
Did he play on the piano? Who played on the piano that day? That was him.
Yeah.
Oh, he played. He did an example in front of everybody.
He had one on each hand, and he played.
He had just on one hand to show. Is
One
that
hand.
correct?
He had it on both.
There's
On
not
both hands,
there's not a lefty and a righty version, right? It's one.
Yeah, they're all the same, but it comes 2 in 1 pack.
So what is so inspirational about your brother? And is he part of your business?
I mean, my whole family's my business partners, so what's so inspirational about him is he's always doing stuff. He has lots of energy. He's always reminding me to do stuff, just like my mom.
There's a theme here that everybody's reminding Aarush. You have the genius over here, but he needs some reminding people around him. How about you, Riley?
Yeah, everyone in my family is a business partner, but probably the most inspiring, of course, would be my mom. She really helps and supports me so much. It's amazing what she does, and she actually starting her own business soon. So
a little shout out.
Yeah. Woo-hoo.
All right. Hey, well, we want to thank you, Riley and Aarush, for coming on. Congratulations on the headbands and on the piano. What is this called exactly?
Piano curver.
Yep.
The piano curver. I feel like both of these have a lot of legs to it. That you all be able to achieve your dreams, and hopefully Beyonce is wearing the headband or somebody on the red carpet soon, and hopefully every new piano player in the world is using your device. So
well, we're going to have
congratulations.
Rashad on the show in the next few months, so we're going to find out how far that patent goes and talk to him about that as well.
Yeah, that'll be really, really cool. We're going to take a quick break from our sponsors, Kevin Adamson, the small business legal lawyers, really great people, handle all sorts of things, wills, trusts, buy-sell agreements, and much, much more. When we come back, we're going to bring on Graham and talk about winning this competition when we return to the Shrimp Tank.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank. But it's
Hey, thanks so much to the law firm there of Kevin Adamson, sports attorney, business attorney, and much, much more. Commercial maker, he is not. Is he coming back, you said, to cut some commercials?
He was coming on Friday. We worked very hard to get him out there, but unfortunately the Atlantic traffic engulfed him. The tsunami collapsed on him, and he never made it to the studio.
I feel like that's a weak excuse, but we'll let it stand here on the Shrimp Tank, where every week we bring you some of the brightest and best CEOs and owners in and around the city of Atlanta and the state of Georgia, and of course across the United States. Sometime last year, Lee and I even interviewed Tony Horton, and didn't you sit in Tony Horton's spa?
I did, oddly enough.
His sauna or
his
whatever it
sauna.
was?
He invited me in his sauna with
Is he
him,
the one
so-
that made you buy a sauna?
It was an influencer. There's no question about it.
When you love the sauna.
When I'm sitting in a sauna next to a 60-year-old man who found a P90X and looks like he's 30, I'm going to do whatever he does.
Yeah, whatever he does, you're going to do it.
Absolutely.
But you and your wife enjoy the sauna.
We need the sauna to get all the toxins out.
I'm putting a steam shower in my new house.
That's the way to go.
That's the way
I want to look
do
as young as Graham. I want to, as Graham himself has stated, I want to be as charismatic and appealing. Is that the words you used, I think, on the show when you were presenting?
I believe so, yes.
Yes, it was watch my charisma and I'm going to dominate this world.
Well, we're excited today. We've had on our Break Into Business finalist. It's such a great program. Since 2013, they've coached over 1,000 young people who have literally launched 250 and now growing profitable businesses, earning over $20,000 in real profit. That's pretty exciting stuff because if you think about it, Lee, we'll bring Graham Hege in just in a minute, who's the winner of Break Into Business. But, when we were going through school, there wasn't just a college preparatory track. There was a track for vocation. I took shop. I took auto, even though I stink at woodworking. I was going to say something else, Graham, but I wasn't good. And there were courses that taught you the basic of entrepreneurialism and being an entrepreneur. And today, it feels like everything is college. But the truth is, while college is important, there are some kids that just have that innate ability at an age even pre-high school, like these kids, to start a business and maybe create something magical in America.
I've watched it firsthand, Ted. Not only, I think Riley was very humble when she said she was nervous. I was blown away not only at the products and the businesses that they started, but their ability to stand in front of a large crowd and to present the way that they did. That's what intrigued me the most.
Listen to this, Graham. This is crazy here. We have a company today. You ever hear of Tesla?
Yeah.
Everyone knows Tesla, right? Well, this company today, Lee, it's valued at $150 billion, and they still haven't made a nickel. And that gives us all hope because it means I don't even have to make any money at some point, and my business could still be worth billions of dollars. So pretty crazy stuff. So congratulations, first of all, on winning. It's a pretty amazing accomplishment. How did you come up with the idea for your business?
Well, as you may know, I am dyslexic myself. And just finding someone who could help me and who's trained was a challenge on its own. So I decided I'd make a site kind of like a Match.com, but for tutors and their students.
Wow, that's pretty exciting. So in this case in here, the student says, here's what kind of help that I need, and your site matches them to the exact tutor that can help give them the best mentorship for their problem.
Yep.
What was intriguing, Ted, and again, we're here on the program talking, but you had one of the investors come up, and on the screen, the words started getting jumbled of a paragraph, and he had one of the investors try to read the words, and it gave us, the viewers, an opportunity to see what it feels like to be dyslexic. It was one of the best presentations I've ever seen.
Well, that's pretty interesting stuff. Now, is the website live already?
Yes, it is.
And what's the website called?
Dyslexia Tuab.
Huh. And you actually start to track traffic on the website now?
Yes.
That's pretty exciting stuff. A lot of people don't even know how to look at traffic on their website.
Let alone how to run that part of the business. The cool part also, if you don't mind sharing a little bit about dyslexia and how not only is it such a, it's running rampant in our country, but people don't even know that they're dyslexic.
Yeah, it's like, as you know, the words scramble around. Like I may read shrimp take as rimp-sh, like rimch.
Yes, absolutely. But explain how people don't even know, and that's kind of the hard part is some people don't even know, Ted, and they don't know where to get help. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that is. Like my mom, she is dyslexic, but she didn't know it till she was adult, so her entire life she just thought she was stupid. And her parents actually said that to her, because...
Your grandparents?
Oh. No, my mom. Actually.
Oh, your mom, but I mean her parents, meaning your grandparents.
Technically, yes.
Okay, fair. So everybody thought, and she's in the room now. No. Ah, got it. Okay, so clearly everybody thought that, so that was kind of a leading part for you.
Yeah.
Now, Graham, how do you make money on the website? Is it when you match up somebody and the tutor charges the student a fee that you make a portion of that fee every time a student gets help?
No, actually, we just take a monthly portion. It's like they're paying rent to be on the site.
Oh, I see. So you're basically renting space and saying, we're going to be able to find enough students to match you with the skills that you have as a tutor. You pay me a monthly fee, and then that's no mess. You don't have to be in the middle of it.
Exactly.
It's very clean. So what did you learn from this whole experience? Because you came into it seeming like a rock star, right? You did, and you said that, and it's awesome. Your confidence level was there. What did you gain the most from being a part of this whole presentation and a part of the group?
Ego.
Explain.
I have a humongous ego, and it's just growing and growing.
What are you doing to help control that or curb that so it doesn't grow out of control?
Are you asking this for personal help here?
Precisely,
Right.
absolutely.
Okay.
We need some guidance.
You and
as
me,
well.
we need a lot of guidance here.
So what do you do to refine that?
Nothing.
You just let it roll.
Yes.
Fair.
So you think in business, though, this is good for Lee and I because we've been getting kicked in the shins forever here. And a lot of business owners do have big egos, but you think it's okay. It's all right to have a big ego.
I mean, I'm gonna save up that ego till I'm gonna have to walk on some eggshells. I'm gonna use the ego to soften the blow.
Fair. So what has been?
This feels like a guy that needs to meet John Barber somewhere.
I think you're exactly. We know plenty of people like this. So Graham, through this journey where you have built up the ego, which again you've been confident and very successful, so that makes complete sense. What have been some of the biggest adversities that you've run into? Has anything kicked you in the shins, like Ted says?
Finding a developer, because currently, as you know, I've been working off of just charisma, good looks. God, I hope I don't give either of you an asthma attack.
No, I'm definitely feeling smaller by the moment.
I know, I keep shrinking in my seat next to Graham, absolutely.
Next thing, I'll be back in 6th grade wearing Toughskins again, or something
or
like
the
that.
husky jeans. Like
they only came in 3 sizes. It was like small, medium, husky.
Husky, I remember that. That's Bonobos' way of athletic, right? So Bonobos has their sizing chart. We talk about that.
Athletic
It's
makes you
slim
feel
and
good. Husky,
athletic.
you just knew you
Absolutely.
were not good.
So, Graham, you have not run into much adversity, have you, at this time?
Yes, the developer, just finding one, since I'm repeating myself, aren't I?
That's okay. That's
Yeah.
all right. Just finding the developer,
Yeah.
but you did find a developer. You've developed it yourself.
Yeah.
And it's still a very adequate website, of course.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we can get the ego and help curb it a little bit. Let's do the 5th grade. See if we're as
all
smart as a
right,
fifth
all right,
grader.
all right. We didn't do that in the breakout.
No, I know, but Graham probably knows all the answers.
Leo's only word for you and me. We're in New Jersey. If you score more than 1,100 on your SATs, you're a god. So, you want a 5th grade question here?
Yes.
I feel like this is not a bad.
He wants a 10th grade question. What are you
No,
talking
it
about?
doesn't
You don't
go,
say
it doesn't
yes.
go.
Say I want 10th. I want
It doesn't go higher than a 5th grade
Okay,
here.
fair.
Oh.
It probably does, but not on this website. So let's have the question in here. What was the name of the last Queen of France? What was the name of the last Queen of France?
Who knows that?
Shrimpington.
Shrimpington is not on the list.
I heard Aarush yell it out. He's in the other room. He yelled it out.
Aarush, I feel like Aarush, we got to get him with Alex Trebek here already. We need to.
Forget the piano cover. Go win
I'm feeling
millions on
worse
Jeopardy.
between Arush's brains and Graham's good looks here. I'm feeling worse by the moment here,
That's
Lee.
exactly right.
It was Marie Antoinette. All right, how about this? Who wrote the national anthem of the United States of America?
ABC choices?
No, we're not playing that game.
but look at the outside of the box thinking.
A, Shaka Khan? No.
Oh, hey, she was the first to take the mask off.
She
with the
did.
masked
B,
singer.
Roseanne
That's right.
Barr? No, that was the worst to ever sing the
Brilliant.
national anthem. And how about C, Francis Scott Key?
Very nice.
I believe it's C.
Do you think Lee knows the whole Pledge of Allegiance?
I think we should test that.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Do you know the whole Pledge of Allegiance, Ted? I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Yes.
To the next sentence. And to the...
Republic of which we stand, one nation.
For which it stands.
For which it stands.
Yes,
one nation, under God, indivisible.
Yes.
with liberty and justice for all.
Putting the hand over the heart. Well
Hey,
done.
there we
Yes,
go.
excellent job.
Did you
So-
have to say that in school?
Of course, we all did every
Yes.
time. Absolutely.
We still do? We still say the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes, just less.
We say
do you
it
mean?
before
What do
every chamber meeting down at Cobb.
Every
John Loud
chamber
makes us
meeting.
do that. Absolutely.
sure.
I know. So go back to Graham for just a moment, real quick, regarding your product. What are the next steps and what's your growth for that product and the website?
My growth is to eventually reach out to all of Georgia and grow from there, and maybe even tap into some other things like I can't put my finger on the word. maybe ADHD, other learning disabilities.
Yes, I love that. Also,
we talked about this with Aarush and Riley a little bit, but is it important now that you've won and the business is moving along to actually have some sort of business plan?
Yes.
Even if it's one page. So how did you come up with the business plan?
I decided I'm going to do this, and then, that's my business plan. Do this.
I get it. Yeah.
I like
But I mean, you lay out a set of goals or a set of things you want to accomplish as sort of a one-page business plan?
Yes.
Or is it just a one-line business plan of do this? That's it.
Yes.
Well, see, what I found intriguing was if you think of the 5th grade, 3rd grade that we were just playing, most people, we've sat here and said, I don't know the answer to that. The other guests have sat here if they knew it, but if they didn't know it. But Graham's the first and only person that didn't say, I don't know the answer, Ted. What did he say? Think of this outside of the box entrepreneurial thinking. He said, give me a multiple choice.
I like that.
I still want to answer the question. I don't want to say I don't know. Give me an A, B, and C multiple choice.
That was pretty good.
So these are the little soft qualities that I tend to notice and look for Graham. That's why when we talked to him before about his success, that kind of mentality, outside of the box thinking, pivoting on the fly. He doesn't want to say no. Give me A, B, or C.
Now, Graham, do you think you'll take on investors in the business?
Yes.
You are. So you're willing to take other people's money to help grow the business?
I mean, would you say no to $1 million?
No, not to a good-looking guy like you. I would, of course, I'd invest my money in that.
How much do you wear the Dyslexia shirts?
Whenever I'm going out to investors or just out on the town in general.
It's a good thing in here because there are actually a lot of businesses, and Lee actually is a master at this. We've done it in our business, but there's so many people who actually own a business, but they don't wear branded material. Do you find that you'll be places and people say, "What is that? Tell me about what the shirt means."
Yes, that actually has happened to me a few times.
I'll bet, yeah. And it gives you a chance to tell your story about the business. But if you're not wearing branded material, Lee, what chance do you have to talk about your business?
Well, what I want to know is where exactly does Graham go out on the town?
What?
He says he wears.
He hits a little Menchie's, a couple other places like that. Where do you hit the town?
Yeah. Where is out on the town?
Where's out on the town?
Dinner.
All right. Any
fair.
favorite place for dinner?
Chick-fil-A.
Little Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. My pleasure. My pleasure, Ted. Absolutely.
Thanks, and my pleasure. So, what would you say now is the number one goal that you have over the next 12 months for this business?
Just grow it and gain more tutors and people who know the site.
And how do you find more tutors?
Just good word of mouth, since it's not the biggest community. It's a humongous community. It's just tightly. There's a lot of events. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So you add more tutors over the next year, and then you get more students funneled in there. But word of mouth, share your story.
Yeah.
It's still the best ground and pound marketing that works today. People say, how do I get my business out there if I have no money? Hit the ground and pound, Lee, right? Hit the pavement.
So a lot of people like to take shortcuts, Graham, and they say, who can I pay? What marketing company can I pay? Where can I throw money and invest for having other people promote my business? But no one's going to promote it like you, the charisma, the good looks. But in addition, no one's going to have that passion and the personal experience. So for our listeners out there, it's real easy to say, who do I pay to market my business? And the reality is, don't pay anybody. Pull up your bootstraps and work hard and do it yourself. And it's the same thing we've been doing to this day, Ed, with all of your employees at your business, my 60-plus employees at one of my businesses. I'm always hitting the ground. I'm hitting the pavement, and you don't want to lose that level of intimacy with your business.
Well, congratulations, not only in participating in the program, but actually winning the Break Into Business competition. Congratulations to all of the kids that were involved in the competition period, just trying. No matter where your business started today, I mean, that's an accomplishment in and of itself, but congratulations to all the finalists. We will do our post-show wrap-up in just a minute. How can people learn more about the business again? What's the website?
Dyslexia Tour.
All right, guys. Hey, check it out. A really good and important business, highly valuable for many people out there, both tutors and students. Next week on the Shrimp Tank, we get back to our regular programming. Anybody wonder what you should do if a flood or a hurricane hits your building or your home? Well, guess what? We have a guy on who started a company who knows how to beat the insurance companies. His name is Michael Fusco. We're going to learn more from him next week right here on the Shrimp Tank.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond.